Hello everyone. Today I wanted to do a video on the breakdown of my forged bottom end LS6. So I would say about 8 months ago, I had a watt box on the car and I ended up bending two rods. I'm not sure what caused it. I think because every time you would shift it really hard, it would shoot these huge flames and make a big popping noise out of the exhaust. And every time it would do that, it would go super lean. So I think that's what ended up damaging the engine. I have some pictures of that I'll definitely put at the end of this video. So today I just wanted to do a price breakdown on what I paid to get my engine built, or forged bottom end, whatever you want to call it. We completely went through the whole engine, kind of redid the whole thing from bearings to just about everything to make it extremely reliable. I've put about 7,000 miles on the car. I've driven all the way down to Florida. I mean, this car has absolutely no issues. Like I said, it's about 750 wheel, runs on E85, I think it's right at 20 degrees of timing. So, I mean, we're a little aggressive on it. Definitely has some more room to grow. But let's get into the video here and I will do the price breakdown. So, first thing that we have here is I did all the pulling the engine and also putting the engine back in the car. So the first place we'll start here is we ended up changing the cam in it because it had just a NA cam and it was boosted on the NA cam. So we ended up putting a Texas Speed Bald Eagle boost cam that I bought from a friend of mine for $300. The motor is 11-to-1 compression with the rings gap for boost. So kind of get back into this. To torque plate honed in the cylinders was $1,170 with balance and rotating assembly and deck the heads. The assembly of the long block was $850. And so now we'll get into the long list of engine parts in this car. The Summit pistons that we run on this car that we put in there they were $660. The reason why we did the Summit pistons is everything was kind of on back order for a while. A lot of parts were hard to get, so that's why we ended up building the 5.7 anyway. I just didn't want to wait. I mean, the 6.0 stuff was way out on time frame, and I was like, I don't have time for this. I'm moving in 3 months. I got to get this thing done. So K1 rods with the ARP 2000 bolts were $750. The HP cam bearings, $55. ACL race bearings were $200. The billet timing chain, $125. Milling oil pump was $160. The chain guide was $15. The ARP gear bolt was $10. We're running the Morel 7717 lifters. They were $190. LS9 head gaskets were $100. The trunnion upgrade was $160. And then we also did the Improved Racing Batwing oil pan for this car. Kind of helps with sloshing the oil pan and everything. So that was $215. Also the ARP head studs, $335. Of course, you need those when you're boosted, or anytime you even get into an engine. I definitely recommend them. And then all the miscellaneous gaskets on the engine were $145. So all that being said, we hot take the block, square deck, torque the plate, home cylinders, balance rotating assembly, all the parts, the pistons, 11-to-1 compression, the rings are gap for boost. All together, I have right at $5,700 into this engine. Now, I got a really good deal. I know the guy really well that did it. His name is Brock Wise. He's located in Indiana. It wasn't just a guy building in his garage. He works for a company called Shaker Performance out in Mishawaka, Indiana, or it's Granger. It's one of those. And he knows his stuff very, very well. I don't trust a lot of people, and he did an amazing job. This car makes a good amount of power. I daily drive it, or I don't daily drive it, but I drive it all the time. I mean, putting 7,000 miles on a car in 4 months, 3 months like this, it's kind of unheard of. A lot of people don't do it. Some people do it, but I don't mind it. The car still makes, to this day, 80 pounds of oil pressure when it's cold. Never goes under 40, which is good. I mean, that's a lot of oil pressure. So I run 5W40 in it, and it really hasn't skipped a beat. I think the first thing I had to do on this car is I actually just had to do it the other day. It was the exhaust manifold gasket on the one side, but that's part of it when you have headers. So just to go back over the build a little bit, it's an A&A Supercharge V3 TI blower car. It is on an 8-rib Innovative West pulley drive with a standard size balancer on the bottom. Makes 8 or 9 pounds of boost. It has this single fuel pump from A&A Supercharger, their kit. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this motor is, I mean, I really wish we could have built a an iron block for it, but I just, the time frame was not there. I could not wait any longer to get it done. I just had to, and with bending 2 rods and stuff like that, we were able to, the block was great. It didn't have any heat spots or anything in it, so, which is good. I'll fire it up for you guys, let you guys hear it. It's got Texas Speed headers, and it's straight piped all the way back to a Billy Boat exhaust. So let me get it fired up for you guys. On E85, she fires right up. The tuner that tuned this car, his name is Zach Klug. He goes off Klug Performance. He is absolutely amazing. This car drives amazing. It feels like, I mean, if you ever driven a stock C5 Z06, they just drive great. Now with this car, with all this power and everything, I think it even drives better than stock. We spent quite a bit of time on the drivability of the car, and it shows every bit of it. I mean, I go 80 mile an hour on the highway. It doesn't buck, doesn't nothing. I can drive it at slow speeds, I can drive it at fast speeds, and it drives perfect every single time. I have 0 issues. The air-fuel ratio, this car does not have a flex fuel sensor on it. We just run, I have my HP tuners, and I have a 93 tune, and then I also have my E85 tune. So say, hey, if I have to travel with this car, I will flash a 93 tune on it. I really like the E85 tune better. It really acts a lot different, not even speed-wise, not even power-wise, it's just a better car, I think, on the E85, and it's safer, which is good. So I definitely don't want to be bending any more rods on this engine. I don't want to spend $6,000 more. But I mean, for the money, it's hard to find. It's even hard to find people to build engines. I mean, I was looking at Texas Speed Motors; those are $12,000. You're looking at, there's tons of brands out there. Blue Point Engines has some. I was gonna throw a stock engine back in it. I was like, I don't know what to do, and I kind of bit the bullet. And I mean, yeah, $6,000 is not a lot of money, but it is quite a bit of money. But at this point, I'm very happy with my car and where it's at, and I want to put a bigger blower on it one day. I mean, right now this blower is maxed out. It says we're overspinning it, but like I said, it's only making 9 or 10 pounds of boost. So I'm hoping one day we can get a YSI on this thing. We're thinking the engine's probably safe for 900-ish area, so that's kind of the safe spot for it. Put it on a conservative tune, run a bigger blower, and then see what it can do from there. But yeah, like I said, $6,000 in the engine. The Innovative West kit was about $1,200 for the 8-rib setup on the car. The blower system's right about, I have about $8,000 or $9,000 into that. So all in on this car, I mean, the way it sits, it's a 70,000 mile C5 Z06. It's got C6 Z06 brakes on it. It's got 18-inch 4-stars in the front, and we have a 17 in the back on Nitto NT555 R2s. The car still has AC, still has everything in it. I paid 23 grand for the car last year, and when the market was high, but I said if I ever was going to buy another C5, it was going to be an Electron Blue. So I spent a little bit more money on this car, but I absolutely love it. I mean, I had a C6Z, great car, just wasn't for me. You know, those cars, they put a lot of cushioning. I personally feel like they put a lot of cushion in them. This car is just raw, like you want to call it, but it just works. That's what I enjoy about it. I had a black C5 Z06 I loved. It was such a good car. Then I traded in for the C6 Z06. But I think I will probably keep my C5 for a long time. Hopefully there'll be other iterations of it. But I love just being able to drive with the AC on, make noise, and kind of have fun racing all the Mustangs in Florida. So, I mean, Mustangs are fast. All those cars are fast nowadays, but it's always fun having an older body style car. Just having a ton of fun, enjoying it, and going from there. So, But if you guys could like and subscribe, let me know any more videos you guys want to see on this thing. Like I said, it's got a Billy Boat exhaust. She sounds great. So if you guys have any questions or anything, just comment down below and I can answer anything you guys would like. So well, thanks again. Stay tuned for more videos.